They're going to shoot down another plane. I do not see it. I'm looking for the other plane. We're looking.
Concerning the attacks of September the 11th.
They're going to shoot down another plane. I do not see it. I'm looking for the other plane. We're looking.
Away from the terrorists themselves.
They're going to shoot down another plane. I do not see it. I'm looking for the other plane. We're looking.
Armaments industry of vast proportions. In the councils of government, we must guard against the acquisition of unwarranted influence, whether sought or unsought, by the military-industrial complex.
Let me assert my firm belief that the only thing we have to fear is fear itself.
There were no weapons of mass destruction in Iraq. There was no link between Saddam Hussein and Al-Qaeda, and thus gripping firmly these figments of his own imagination, and spreads around him and before him darkness, like some contagion of fear, like some contagion of fear, like some contagion of fear.
News media fakery of 9/11 tells us only one side of 9/11, the one they want us to believe. This combined alternative footage tells a wholly different story of events that unfolded that day.
Let us never tolerate outrageous conspiracy theories concerning the attacks of September the 11th. Malicious lies that attempt to shift the blame away
All
from the
bridges
terrorists
and tunnels
themselves.
to and out of the city are
Away from the
closed.
guilty.
The airports are closed. There is a no-fly zone in force over Manhattan right now. Armed military personnel are actually enforcing that no-fly zone. Here's what else I know. World Trade Center each was hit. The first shortly before 9. Tower 1 was hit shortly before 9 a.m. with what appears to be an ATR plane, which is a prop plane.
Senior officials who was a civilian, as well as another general, and said, "You are now being infiltrated by the CIA. You are going to be involved in some kind of dirty trick, which I suspect will be a stand down and a false flag."
I could see the pre-programming just interrupt. Well, they were on the news going, "We're going to be attacked. When we're attacked, we're going to take your rights." I saw the Hart-Rubin Commission a year before say that. I saw the PNAC document about a Pearl Harbor event so they could take over. I mean, you saw the telegraphing, but from the inside. Please continue.
It was Israel. I knew the Pakistani senior intelligence officer was coming here because I was forewarned by one of his predecessors, Yahoo Khan, that the Pakistani generals were involved in a potential coup. I was forewarned that the Saudis would be involved. I knew that the Israelis would be involved.
But yes, every major Western country heavily involved in 9/11. They're not going to have a 9/11 and not include criminal elements of these intelligence agencies, because then the other agency could blow the whistle on them. That's why they included as many as 10 nations: Pakistan, Turkey, Israel. Sibel Edmonds said they were all in on it. Running guns, funding Al-Qaeda, white slavery, all the stuff you see ISIS doing, it was already going on. I just want listeners to understand the epicness that we're all involved in, them included. This is a real war. This is 21st century warfare, the attempt to take down of the West, because the elite is so threatened by racism.
It was a military plane.
That was not American Airlines. That was not American Airlines.
The side and crashed right in. An explosion was so terrific it looked like it had dynamite in it. The ball of fire that came flying out of that one was even worse than the first one. And we were standing there and I said, "I can't believe this." And sure enough, there it was, another plane. The plane wasn't no airline or anything. It was a twin-engine, big gray plane.
I'm part of the building that faces the courtyard where the World Trade Center is. So we ran to the window right after. We felt this kind of this sonic boom as if it were an earthquake, and something just wasn't right. We felt this kind of this sonic boom as if it were an earthquake. We felt this kind of this sonic boom as if it were an earthquake.
Right now, we want to go to an eyewitness on the telephone right now. Jean, what can you tell us about what you saw?
I can tell you that I was watching TV, and there was this sonic boom, and the TV went out, and thought maybe that the Concorde was back in service, because I've heard about the sonic booms, and I got up to my window. I live in Battery Park City, right next to the Twin Towers, and I looked and the side of the World Trade Center exploded.
It's gonna be so dangerous at that base, obviously. Wait. Oh my God! Oh my God!
It definitely did not look like a commercial plane. I didn't see any windows on the side.
I'm going to describe the design of planned attacks on buildings inside the U.S. and how operatives were directed to carry them
I
out.
can tell you that I was watching TV and there was this sonic boom and the TV went out and thought maybe that the Concorde was back in service because I've heard about the sonic booms.
He told us the operatives had been instructed to ensure that the explosives went off at a point that was high enough to prevent people trapped above from escaping.
We have been compelled to create a permanent armaments industry of vast proportions. Councils of government, we must guard against the acquisition of unwarranted influence, whether sought or unsought, by the military-industrial complex.
Believe there's a vast right-wing conspiracy?
Don't you?
I'm asking you.
Yeah, it's gotten even better funded. They brought in some new multi-billionaires to pump the money in. And look, these guys play for keeps. They want to control our country. Senator Sanders and I agree on that completely. They want to rig the economy so they continue to get richer and richer. They could care less about income inequality. They solve their consciences by giving big money to philanthropy and, getting great pictures of them standing in front of whatever charity they donated to. But make no mistake, they want to destroy unions. They want to go after any economic interests that they don't believe they can control.
I mean, I heard a missile, dude. I heard like that.
Somewhat sadly, Bill Hemmer is back in Atlanta. Bill?
Well, thank you. And again, our apologies to our viewers about 5 minutes ago, but we do have an established connection now with CNN's Deborah Fairey. The reports we're getting now, 2 or 3 men arrested on the New Jersey Parkway. Deborah, can you hear me now?
Yes, I can. That is the information that I'm getting from 2 sources, that there was a van either on the New Jersey Turnpike or the Garden State Parkway, and that it was near the George Washington Bridge. There were 2 or 3 men who were in the van. The van was pulled over. It is not clear why the van was pulled over, but when it was, law enforcers found tons of explosives inside of the van. That is right now all I'm hearing. But again, 2 to 3 people in custody, and we are trying to get more information on that right now.
Deborah, I don't mean to put you on the spot here. Do you know where on the Jersey Turnpike this was? How far from New York City?
We do not know that. We are looking into that. There is one report that it was the New Jersey Turnpike. There is another report that it was very close to the bridge, if not on the bridge. So again, these details are emerging, and we're trying to piece them together. But that's what we've got so far. 2 to 3 people in custody were found with a van filled with explosives.
So Deborah, where are you tonight?
Right now, we are at the Police Academy. There's going to be a press briefing here. We just arrived down here. Just looking around here, they have called in a lot of recruits. Everybody's standing by. They are wearing police vests. They are being mobilized to duty throughout the city. When I was on my way to the office, Bill, I can tell you that there was a police detail outside of the Empire State Building. There was also heavy security around the United Nations, and the streets of this city just very quiet right now. I saw a couple of people on cell phones. One woman was just crying. It's become very clear that many people in this city either knew somebody who was in that World Trade Center or knew somebody who was there. So that's the magnitude of this tragedy.
And Deborah, quickly here, you're waiting for a briefing, I gather, based on your previous statement?
Yes, we are hoping to get some more details right now. I can tell you that every couple of minutes we hear sirens, and it's either police cars or fire trucks. They're the only cars really.
That's channel 7. It's like the side of the building just blew out, Chet, on the other side. The side we can't see. It just blew out. Look at it. Is that one of ours? Go back to the building, Chad. If the building collapses, that's what we want to see. It's very likely that the building Tower 1 will collapse. I want you guys to know it's very likely. Chet was a firefighter. It's got an awful lot of flame. The smoke is getting darker. Move away. Unbelievable. I mean, it's just incomprehensible that that is on fire and that some asshole hijacked a plane and that the whole World Trade Center Tower 2 is gone. Daniela, it's very likely that Tower 1 will collapse. I just want you to know. Yeah, it's going to go to collapse. Chet, pull back a little bit. Buckling, I'm sorry. If it collapses, you want to see the whole building, but it's about to collapse. That's what that means, right, Chet? Chet, you say it's very likely it's going to collapse. Tower 1 will collapse, hopefully before we land. Let's get the video. That's a horrible thing to say, but you know, we're in news after all. The Bush administration, of all freaking administrations to be in power. You know what I mean? I mean, like, whatever you think about him, he is not a world leader. You know what I mean? I don't care. Oh my God. The Pentagon is falling apart. So we're going to war.